the shadow of an oak, by the creek where whispers float, I found a faded scarf, blue as the summer sky. It was there beneath our tree, in the wild breath of the spring, where you promise love is endless as the plain so wide. Now the empty bed sleeps alone, where your laughter once filled the dawn, and the wind sings through the screen door, a lonesome haunting song. Every sunset spills its gold on the porch where our story's told, but love's a trail gone cold in the night where the wild things roam. The cabin holds your echo in the creek, a weathered floor, while the gravel road lays quiet neath the moon's pale watchful eye. My saddle's worn and tired, like the heart I can't restore, since the day you took the city lights and left the starry sky. The empty bed sleeps alone, where your warmth was my only home. Now the rain taps out your goodbye on dusty window bones. Every sunrise bleeds and streaks on the hills where you kiss my cheek, but love's a word too sleek for a heart turned stone. Underneath the vast frontier where the stars hold back their tears, I wander with the ghost of what we've lost. Yet in every drifting cloud, in every cry so wild and loud, I find your smile veiled softly in the desert's frost. And the empty bed sleeps alone with the dreams where you still come home, and the wind whispers your name like it's a sacred flame. Though I roam these trails by day, by night, it's you I still betray, 'cause in my heart you stay where the empty bed sleeps, forever the same. In a town where the oak trees whisper low, under skies painted by the fading lights' glow, her laughter echoed soft and sweet along the dusty windswept street. We shared dreams on that old porch swing in the world where her goodbye now sleeps. Oh, her goodbye sleeps under the starlit plains, where the wind sighs her name through the waving grains. Each sunset bleeds, a memory fades on lonely trails. My heart still waits in the silence of the cabins abandoned deep. There in the shadows, her goodbye sleeps. Years have worn the leather of my saddle hard, gravel road stretch endless, starred by the weeping rains on my brimmed hat, echoing footsteps where we once sat. The scarf she left a token too steep in the world where her goodbye now sleeps. Oh, her goodbye sleeps under the starlit plains, where the wind cries her name through the weeping grains. Each sunset bleeds, a memory fades. On lonely trails my dreams still wait, in the silence of the cabins abandoned deep. There in the shadows her goodbye sleeps. Now the night grows cold as the fire dies to ember. A cowboy wanders, tries to remember the touch of a hand, the ghost of a kiss. How such simple love led to a void like this. Yes, her goodbye sleeps where the wild rivers meet, in the heart of the lands where our past retreats. As my song drifts over the empty plains, I ride alone with my heart's remains, in every sunset's final sweep, forever there. Her goodbye sleeps. There in the silence, endless and deep, bound to the land, her goodbye sleeps. In the shadow of the oak, by the dusty gravel lane, there's a scarf you left behind, fluttering like a flame. The road where we once walked, under endless azure skies, now just a silent path where my lonely heart lies. On this timeless road, the world stood still, your whisper in the wind, oh, I hear it still. Sunsets bleed like the tears we spill on this timeless road, where my dreams unfulfilled. Old porch creaks as I think on days long gone, cabin empty like the heartache drawn upon my soul. You rode away with the dawn to a place where I can't follow, left me with the echoes of our yesterday so hollow. On this timeless road, the world stood still, your whisper in the wind, oh, I hear it still. Sunsets bleed like the tears we spill on this timeless road, where my dreams unfulfilled. The rust on my saddle, the cracks in my boots, speak of the miles and the solitary routes. Yet in every gust, your laughter twines through the whispering pines, across the fading lines. On this timeless road, I stand alone, heart bound to the dust where your light once shone. In the quiet of the night, under stars still and bright, I walk this timeless road in the fading twilight. In the shadow of the oak, where the wild river's been, lies a memory of her, where the earth and sky blend. Sunset wrapped her in a shawl, all tattered and red, on that old wooden porch where our dreams were softly said. Oh, the wind closed her eyes with whispers soft and sweet, and the trails we once walked now bear no trace of our feet. My heart rides these empty plains under cloudless grieving skies, for in the whisper of the trees the wind closed her eyes. There's an old cabin standing, warm by time and by rain. Its door creaks like the saddles that we rode through the pain. Gravel roads keep on winding through fields of dry golden grain, but her laughter's just an echo from the storms that never wane. Oh, the wind closed her eyes with whispers soft and sweet, and the trails we once walked now bear no trace of our feet. My heart rides these empty plains under cloudless grieving skies, for in the whisper of the trees the wind closed her eyes. Now I wander through the silence of paths we used to roam, each step a heavy verse in this earthbound tone, lost in the symphony of a lonesome fading day. My soul finds solace as the skies turn to gray. Yes, the wind closed her eyes and the world just passed us by, in the dust of the trail under that wide open sky. Still I roam these quiet towns where our love was once surprised, forever haunted, forever bound, where the wind closed her eyes. So I sing to the mountains and to the stars above about a whisper in the pines and the woman I still love. Every sunset takes a breath and every nightfall replies to the tale of a cowboy, where the wind closed her eyes. Out where the oak trees shadow old gravel roads, I found her scarf by the creek where the wild water flowed. It danced in the breeze like a whisper from ghosts, in that quiet little town where I loved her the most. Oh, that scarf washed away in the cold silver streams, like the dreams we spun under the gold prairie beams. Now the cabins lie empty and the porch is all mown for a cowboy ride, fading trails alone. Years fell away like the leaves from those trees. Her laughter once filled up the autumn soft breeze, but time like a thief stole her warmth warmth in the night, leaving just memories fading out of sight. Oh, that scarf washed away in the cold silver streams, like the dreams we spun under the gold prairie beams. Now the cabins lie empty and the porch is all mown for a cowboy rides the fading trails alone. Under the vast aching sky where the old river bends, I reckon hearts are like rivers, they twist and they win, but each turn they take, they're forever changed, like a scarf caught in currents, forever estranged. That scarf washed away with my heart's quiet pleas, lost in the dance of the whispering trees. The sun dips, the shadows claim the day's fiery glow. A cowboy drifts onward, letting go, but never hold. In the shadow of the oak where wild daisies lie, I first saw her neath that vast frontier sky. Her laughter danced with the breeze so free. In that old ghost town, she left her mark on me. Her eyes, they lingered on the sunset's gold, fleeting as a whisper, but in my soul they hold. A scarf of crimson tangled in the sage bound my heart to hers in an unspoken cage. Her eyes linger in the twilight sweet, echoes of goodbyes too heavy to keep. In every dusty trail and every storm that breaks, her gaze a haunting promise that never forsakes. Years rode by, the cabins fell to decay. The gravel road slowly faded away, but her scarf still hangs on that lonely porch swing, a testament to love and its perennial sting. The rains came down on the plain, so harsh, so wild, each drop a memory of the love we compiled. But the oak tree stands staunch against the wind's howl. Underneath I'm just a ghost of what once was a lone fowl. Her eyes linger in the twilight sweet, echoes of goodbyes too heavy to keep. In every dusty trail and every storm that breaks, her gaze a haunting promise that never forsakes. Now I roam these lands with her ghost by my side, a love lost to the winds, but in my heart she'll abide. An old saddle, an empty trail, the places we've been, in the silence of the desert, her spirit I glean. Her eyes linger like the last light on the ridge, a remnant of a dream from a long fallen bridge. And as the stars blanket
the night with their glow. I hold on to the past, the only love I'll ever know. Her eyes linger, and oh how they still gleam in the quiet of the night, in the depths of my dream.
In the dawn's gray whisper, by the oak tree stand, I recall her laughter, scattered like sand. And cold morning on the porch, steam rose like prayers, her scarf in the breeze, dancing away my cares. Oh, that cold morning when she walked away, left her shadow in my door and my skies turned gray. Every creaking board and whispering wind, echoes of the love that danced on the skin. Years fell like leaves, to the ground they lay. Old trails turned to dust, gravel roads led astray. Where once we lay 'neath stars, now lies empty space, an old worn saddle and no trace of her grace. That cold morning when she walked away, took the warmth of the sun, left my world in disarray. Every sunset bleeds into a lonesome shade, faint memories linger like the promises we made. On a quiet night, the wind whispers truths in the solitude. I confront my youth, love's a fleeting shadow on a high plains drift, a ghost in the cabin where my heart once lived. So that cold morning keeps walking away. Each step she took, time steals a bit more each day. And I'm left holding on to a breeze, a faint perfume under the endless sky, where our loved ones bloom. Now she's just a memory that walked away, leaving echoes in the wind, and my heart led astray. Stepped off the train with dirt on your shoes, sunlight kissed your hair like a sacred truth. The fields turned green just watching you smile, even time slowed down for a while. You sang to the sheep, you danced in the rye, hung sheets in the wind like flags in the sky. The old oak bloomed, the bluebirds came, this wild land never felt the same. You were the spring of this land, my dear, turning silence into songs I could hear. Your laughter lit the river's bend, your touch could teach the frost to end. You made the wheat sway just to see you pass, put life in stone, turn mud to glass. This heart, this home, this rugged sand all bloomed, 'cause you were the spring of this land. You painted the porch with sunflower hue, said a little color always pulls us through. You read by lantern, sang in the rain, said pain was part of nature's game. But come one dusk, your eyes turned far. You whispered, I need to chase a star. I begged the sky to hold you tight. Spring don't stay past April's light. You were the spring of this land, my love, a prayer sent down from skies above. The cattle stood still when you passed by. Even coyotes watched with softer eyes. Now every bloom feels out of place, like they've all lost your warm embrace. The wind still tries to understand why it weeps where once blew the spring of this land. The soil remembers where you knelt. The barn still holds the warmth you felt. And though the seasons come and go, the heart knows what the land won't show. You were the spring of this land, it's true, and nothing's bloomed the same since you. I water flowers, they don't respond. I sing alone by the lily pond. The bees still buzz, the clouds still roam, but this ain't love just overgrown. You left your name in dirt and sand forever. The spring of this land.
In the shadow of the oak tree, where we carved our name so wild, there's an echo of laughter, of a love unreconciled. On that old porch I found the scarf you wore, now gray and frayed. It dances with the ghostly wind where our promises once lay. Goodbye letter closed her eyes under skies that turned to cries. Whispers midst the windswept plains, saddle up my heart's remains. Every dusk bleeds into night where your shadow used to lie. Goodbye letter sealed with a sigh under the vast unending sky. Gravel roads whisper stories through the dust of my old boots. Every step a memory, each path a root of deeper root. But time has swept the corners of the cabin where you smiled, and rain has washed the trails where once our hearts ran free and wild. Goodbye letter closed her eyes under skies that turned to cries. Whispers midst the windswept plains, saddle up my heart's remains. Every dusk bleeds into night where your shadow used to lie. Goodbye letter sealed with a sigh under the expansive mournful sky. Now I roam through empty lands where your laughter filled the air. Sunsets paint my solitude, a canvas stark and bare. Yet in the silence, neath the stars, your face in dreams appears, holding on to a ghost of love drowned within my silent tears. Goodbye letter closed her eyes, farewells under twilight skies. Every memory fades to gray on the trails I walk astray. In the heart of every night I find your eyes, my fading light. Goodbye letter, a love untied with every lonesome starlit stride. There's a cabin on the ridge where the cottonwoods sigh, where we carved our names under that wide frontier sky. The scarf she left behind on the hook by the door still dances with the wind on that old wooden floor. Each creak sounds like the steps of her boots coming around, but it's just echoes of silence. In the shadows I'm bound. Her goodbye tied down to the oak by the spring, where the waters run clear and the meadowlarks sing. Each sunset bleeds memories over gravel and ground. My heart rides the trails where her laughter once found. Oh, her goodbye tied down like a ghost in my town. In every dust swirl, her spirit spellbound. The seasons turn their pages, the rains washed away the paths to our dreams where old promises lay. From the porch I watch stars flare where eyes used to shine. There's just the cold whisper of the pines. A lone saddle sits idle where once we'd ride side by side. Now I roam these empty rooms where our love used to reside. Her goodbye tied down to the oak by the spring, where the waters run clear and the meadowlarks sing. Each sunset bleeds memories over gravel and ground. My heart rides the trails where her laughter once found. Oh, her goodbye tied down like a ghost in my town. In every dust swirl, her spirit spellbound. In the stillness of the night I feel her close yet so far, a silhouette against the moon, a whispered sigh from a star. If this land could speak, it'd tell me to find where I belong, but every trail without her feels uncertain and wrong. And her goodbye tied down under skies vast and profound. I wander these lands where our love once was crowned, and as the horizon swallows the sun with a frown, in the heart of this cowboy her goodbye's tied down. Her goodbye forever tied down. In the heart of the valley, where the oak trees stand, I once loved a girl with the earth on her hands. We chased the horizon on past morning thin, where the cold morning forgot the fires we'd begin. Oh, the winds speak low on those high lonesome trails, where my heart's wrapped up in her wild whispered tales. Every sunset's a memory fading too fast, in the glow of a love that just couldn't last. Now the cabin's half hidden where the ivy has grown, with the porch still creaking like it's begging her home. That old scarlet scarf she left on the chair flies with the dust like her ghost in the air. Oh, the winds speak low on those high lonesome trails, where my heart's wrapped up in her wild whispered tales. Every sunset's a memory fading too
fast in the glow of a love that just couldn't last. On a gravel road fading under new falling snow, I ponder the tracks that we used to know, and I reckon the heart is a wanderer too, drifting in places where the sky meets the blue. Oh, the wind speaks low with a voice that prevails, telling tales of a love lost on old lonesome trails. So I'll ride under stars, let the cold morning forget the days of our love and the sun when it set, soft as the rain on the rough dusty land. I'll carry her memory, the touch of her hand. In the silence that follows, I find my regrets in the cold morning shadow where the sun never sets.
Under oak trees where the shadows melt, I first whispered your name. Under stars that swell, emerald eyes, wild like the untamed streams, we dance through the plains in a world of dreams. Old Porch Creek neath boots worn and frayed, where we laughed and planned the life we'd made. Starry night whispers calling me back to when you and I, my love, wrote our names in the wind. Now the breeze feels colder as it sighs through the pines, echoing the heartbreak of your hand, leaving mine. Gravel roads stretch wide, lead to towns unseen, but they're lined with the ghosts of what could have been. The cabin stands empty where your laughter filled each room. Now it's just us in silence and sweet perfume. Rain taps on the roof like your fingers on my skin, haunting each corner of the life we were in. Starry night whispers calling me back to when you and I, my love, wrote our names in the wind. Now the breeze feels colder as it sighs through the pines, echoing the heartbreak of your hand, leaving mine. By the fading trails I ride alone, saddle worn and weary. Each sunset paint your face in the clouds so near, yet so dreary. And in the hush of twilight, the shadows stretch and grow. I find solace in the thought maybe love wasn't ours to hold. Starry night whispers now a lonesome haunting hymn under endless skies where our dreams once danced on a whim. The wind's a gentle echo of the whispers we once knew. Under starry nights, my love, I'll forever whisper back to you as the last chord fades like the light in your eyes. I'll keep riding, searching In the hush of dawn's first blush, by the creek where willows weep, I found a scarf light and torn where our love swore to keep. Underneath that old oak tree, carved two names for all to see. Now just ghosts in the breeze, whispering just to me. Boots rode through, kicking dust, leaving just a trace. Silhouettes against the sunset, a haunted lover's grace. Every creak and floorboard on that porch echoes her sweet laugh. Boots rode through, but her memory's a photograph that won't fade in half. Gravel roads where we once roamed, now paths I walk alone. The cabin's empty, the fire's cold, where warmth once brightly shone. Old saddle hanging untouched tells more than words could say. Since you took that midnight train and life turned shades of gray. Boots rolled through, kicking dust, leaving just a trace. Silhouettes against the sunset, a haunted lover's grace. Every creak and floorboard on that porch echoes her sweet laugh. Boots rode through, but her memory's a photograph that won't fade in half. Oh, the rains they came, washed some pain, left puddles of the past. But deep in me the river runs to seas that hold you fast. By the oak the scarf still flies, a flag of what's no more. In the winds across the plains, I hear you close the door. Boots rolled through, kicking dust, leaving just a trace. Silhouettes against the sunset, a haunted lover's grace. Though I trek these hills and valleys through the whispers of your laugh. Boots rolled through, and I'm just shadows of the past, catching photographs. Yes, boots rolled through, and my heart's a worn out map of your footpaths.
In a dusty town where oak trees grow and old porch creaks, it's seen my lows. A cracked frame holds your smile so sweet, stares down the lane where we'd meet. Wind whispered through the hollow pane. Your scarf still hangs, but not the same. These gravel roads under fiery skies, I roam alone with tear-stained eyes. Every sunset drags your shadow wide. In the cracked frame, watch me leave, you reside. Oh, in the dust and rain, love deceives. By that cracked frame, watch me leave. The willow wept, I heard it sigh as I saddled up. No last goodbye. Our cabin stands on the bending trail, its door still swings, your letters pale. Where have you gone, my prairie rose? Lost to the wind that only knows. These gravel roads under fiery skies, I roam alone with tear-stained eyes. Every sunset drags your shadow wide. In the cracked frame, watch me leave, you reside. Oh, in the dust and rain, love deceives. By that cracked frame, watch me leave. Now the rivers run, but they don't speak of the love we had. Now just a creek, I pass the oak, touch the scarred old bark, find my heart there in the dark.
These gravel roads under fading stars, I've walked too far to heal these scars. Every moonrise paints your face in dreams. In the cracked frame, watch me leave. Love, it seems, oh, with the morning dew, I grieve by that cracked frame. Forever watch me leave. So let the winds tell tales of a cowboy's creed by that cracked frame where my heart still bleeds.
By the creaky old door where the scarves hang free, I met your shadow neath the whispering tree. Old porch, listen to our laughter spill on that sun-kissed morn by the daffodil. Oh, the wind sings low through the lonely pines, carries tales of you in the waning lights. My heart's held fast on that rugged plain where love danced once, or just echoes remain. Years drifted like dust on a gravel road. You and the sunshine both swallowed whole. Empty cabin with its fading trails keeps the ghost of your perfume in our fairy tales. Oh, the wind sings low through the lonely pines, carries tales of you in the waning lights. My heart's held fast on that rugged plain where love danced once, now just echoes remain. Etched in the wood where we carved our names, swore we always would. But time has a way turning oak to dust, leaves me whispering to the stars as the sunset must. Oh, the wind sings low through the lonely pines, carries tales of you in the fading light. My heart's held fast on that rugged plain where love danced once, just shadows remain. So here's to the porch where the past listened in to the dreams we dreamed and the might have been. As the night draws close and the stars appear, I feel you near, though you're nowhere near.
Under the shadow of a gnarled oak tree, I penned a letter, edges worn like an old saddle seam. The ink was mixed with the dust of the trail. Words faded like my voice on the wind of the veil. The paper held the scent of
on dry earth, each word a whisper of what our love was worth. Oh, that goodbye letter sank in the river's heart, drifted away under skies that tear old dreams apart. Sunset's fire burns cold in the lonely cowboy's night, where once love thrived, now only twilight. The porch still creaks with memories of our laughter. Gravel roads keep the trace of our chapters, but the cabin stands empty, a shell of yesterday, where echoes of your footsteps slowly decay. The scarf you left behind flutters in the breeze, a flag of surrender to the siege of memories. Oh, that goodbye letter sank in the river's heart, drifted away under skies that tear old dreams apart. Sunset's fire burns cold in the lonely cowboy's night, where once love thrived, now only twilight. In the silence of the plains, I feel your absence near, each star a tear in the fabric of the atmosphere. The trails grow over, the wildflowers bow their heads, nature's soft lament for the love that treads. So that goodbye letter sank, and with it my resolve, in the endless river flow, where our sweet past dissolves. I ride under the fading light with a heart that can't forget. A cowboy wanders on in the twilight of regret. Out where the oak tree meets the wide whispering wind, I found your scarf, a ghost on the branches worn thin,
Remember the porch where we danced under starlit skies. Now it creaks alone, serenaded by my weary sighs. Oh, fading light left behind, how it bleeds through the night. And the dusty trails where we once walked, now out of sight. Each sunset burns like the love that I've known now decline. In the fading light, in the shadows, you're still intertwined. Gravel roads where we roamed now lay quiet and spare. Old cabins whisper tales in the chill of thin air. Oh, the saddle where you sat now hangs untouched and old, like the secrets we shared, now just memories grown cold. Oh, fading light left behind, how it yearns through the night. Echoes of laughter that drift over fields out of sight. Each sunset's glow is a reminder of a past confined. In the fading light, in the whispers, you're still intertwined. By the riverside where the willows weep, I see your face in the waters deep. With every raindrop that the clouds provide, I feel you here by my lonely side. Oh, fading light left behind, how it fades into night. A cowboy's heart rides the shadows, chasing the light. In the twilight's embrace, where our memories are enshrined. In the fading light, forever, you're still intertwined. Through the fading light, my love, you're still intertwined. This tune carries the echoes of a heart that loved as wildly as the lands it roamed, holding on to the past with both hands, even as it slips like sand through the fingers.
By the gnarled oak at Wilson's Bend, where the river kisses tired land, I see her scarf, a splash of red among the wildflowers where we once tread. Each whispered breeze a soft lament for whispered loves in shadows spent. The ghost haunts where laughter danced on empty trails and fleeting glances under moonlit canvases in the stillness of the plains. The whispers mingle with the rain. The old porch swing creaks alone its song, a tired melody of right and wrong. Time the thief came riding through, stole her smile as cold winds blew. Now the cabin's bare as bones, echo in the heart that moans. Ghost haunts where laughter danced on fading paths in silent chants, under starlit sadness where wild roses stray, where laughter's caught in pieces of my heart torn in the echoes of my hollow boots. Walks of love that's turned to roots. Still the ghost haunts where dreams once lived. In whispered echoes, something's gotta give. Under sunsets painting where the old path wanes, for memories of melody in the dusk remains. Out where the oak trees shadow the forgotten roads, I wander past the cabin where the west wind always blows. There lies a faded scarf you wore, it dances in the breeze, among the whispering ghosts of the rustling autumn leaves. Ghost remembers, oh, how the sunset used to glow on your hair like a wildfire in the days of long ago. Now the trails are empty and the stars don't shine the same. Ghost remembers love lost like a whisper to the flame. We carved our names on the old porch under skies so white and blue. Now rain washes over like memories I can't undo. The saddle sits untouched now where once we rode side by side. Through fields of gold and yarrow, now it's where my heartache hides. Ghost remembers, oh, how the sunset used to glow on your hair like a wildfire in the days of long ago. Now the trails are empty and the stars don't shine the same. Ghost remembers love lost like a whisper to the flame. The dust still rises, but it settles faster than before. Footprints on the gravel road, not leading to your door. Time may heal the lonely, but the clock just ticks in vain, when every second pulls me back to you in dreams again. Ghost remembers, and oh, the pain's a quiet friend, echo in the hoofbeats till the very bitter end. Maybe on some distant morn the wind will lose your scent, but ghost remembers love in a heart that won't relent. Ghost remembers love in a heart that won't relent. In the shadow of the oak tree, where the wild daisies grow, stands a house old of secrets, whispering soft and low. I walked its dusty halls, where our laughter used to blend with a scarf you left behind, as if you'd come back again. Oh, the old house listened to the sound of our dreams. Now it echoes with silence, just like my heart it seems. Underneath the porch light where you swore you'd never part, the old house listened closely to the breaking of my heart. Years have worn the saddle, trails have gone to seed, gravel roads forgotten like the warmth of your heat. Where the river bends under the weeping willow tree lies the ghost of your whisper, but you ain't there with me. Yes, the old house listened to the vows we could not keep. Now it shelters shadows in its heart where darkness creeps. Beside the cold fireplace where our fire used to burn bright, the old house listened closely through the lonely endless night. Out here where the wind howls, carrying your voice, I'm learning to live with my choices and the weight of this void. The sunset throws gold on paths you'll walk no more, and each step takes me further from the love we swore. And the old house listen as I whisper goodbye to the dreams we once built beneath this vast open sky. As the stars look down gently on the heartache we've sown, the old house keeps listening while I wander